Hey, welcome back to the Furry Friends Rock Art Camp. I'm Patty, and we just spent some time getting to know each other, which was super fun. Thank you for posting on Facebook so that we can learn about you as well as you learning about us. Now, if you didn't hear video 1, you'll want to go back and listen to that first because we explain what Rock Art Camp is all about and how it works and when we get together and what you need and all that. So now that we've gone through all that, we get to do the funnest part, in my opinion, and that is finding the rock shapes. Now, first, before you go rock hunting or you go digging through the rocks you already have, you need to know which shapes we're really looking for. And the first shape is a long shape. Really, out of everything I'm going to tell you, just remember you need long rocks and you need circle rocks. Okay, that's not really a circle. When a circle's long like that, it's an oval. Different name for a circle. Like you could have, does that look a little more like a circle to you? Well, you could find circles, they're hard to find, but what we're really looking for are stretched out circles, ovals, okay? So we want tall, long rocks. I've got lots of examples of tall, long rocks, all kinds, but I just call them all ovals. Like, does this kind of look like a stretched out circle? Yeah, it's tall, right? So you're looking for tall rocks and circle rocks. Now, why do we do that? Because you're going to get a tall rock like this. It's kind of an oval sort of. And then you'll put like a circle on top of it. And that's like a person. Or we could turn this sideways and it's like a cat. Or we can turn it this way and put puppy dog ears and it's like a dog. So it's really important to find the long rocks because they're usually the bodies that we're going to do. And then the circle rocks are usually the heads and other things that we're going to make. And then if you want, you can come with me and go to the mountains and I'm going to show you me rock hunting. We're going to go out there and I'll take my little camera and I'll show you what it looks like out in the mountains and where I look for my rocks and we'll get to make stuff. And so that's an optional video if you want to go to the mountains with me and see that video. So are you ready to find out what shapes you really need? Okay, I already told you they're long rocks and circle rocks, but rocks are all different. And so I'm going to show you lots of examples. So we have a handout for you that you can print out or look on your device that tells you everything I'm telling you right now, but it's super handy to have it in a handout. So these are the 4 pieces of art that we're going to create in the next 5 weeks. And you need certain rock shapes, right? So what I did is I showed you, look, these are the shapes that we need in order to make all of these things. So that's what you know what to go look for. And then I'm like on the big ovals, I take each one of these, like here's the family, the birds, the dogs, the cats. I take those down here and I show you in the families, we're going to use the long ovals for all those pieces. And in the birds, there's the long ovals. And in the dogs, there they are. And in the kitty cats, there they are. And then we talk about a different shape, like number 2. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 shape, where is that found in all of these? Well, it's the heads of all the animals and everything. Here's my rock collection, or some of it. When I'm looking for long oval shapes, like this one, it could be anything. It could be like this, or maybe that's kind of long. This is more like an oval shape. Anything long is going to work great because then we can go to our second one here and find little ones. So we could put a head on that or a head on, and now we have just a little person using any of those. So you want to find tall ones and little circles or little ovals. Tall and little. Well, let's look for our little triangles. When you're looking in gravel, I picked out all of these. Here's some little tiny triangles that would work that I just found in the gravel. We happen to make a little kitty cat and we need a long head for our kitty, or maybe even a longer one. Try that. For a kitty cat. Then we need to have ears. So we could put big old ears on him. So that's why we need triangles. Or if we were making a bird, bird here, our bird needs to have a little beak. So a little tiny beak there, that's what our triangles are for. And then you can add another rock to be its wing. Now you have a bird. That's fun. So that's what these little ovals are for, just little long rocks here, which could also be used for puppy dog ears. So if we were making a puppy dog, let's say here's our rock, and there's our puppy dog looking up, so he needs to have his little tiny nose and his floppy ears. For floppy ears. So you need to have these short ones to make your puppy dogs. Now we often use sticks with our rock art. Like look at this little branch for our birds, or a branch for the kitty cats to sit on, or the family sitting on. We could have put something under the dogs. So we need to have some kind of foundation for them. With the family one, I used that really neat piece of driftwood. This family one, I used this piece of bark off of a tree. And the kitty cats, I used a big old stick that I had. So I went outside and I just started collecting sticks, driftwood, and any kind of thing that might work. Let's look at some of these. This is a neat stick. Anytime a stick has a curve on it, that's a lot of fun. But you can just have a normal stick, and having little branches on it's fun, and the little worm or beetle tracks in under the bark is fun. This is a cottonwood tree. It's got lots of bumps on it, and that gives it character too. Or just a teeny little stick will work, because you could just put a little bitty bird on that, and she would be super cute. There she goes, tweet, tweet. Or a really unusual stick. That's fantastic. Maybe it would be like a big tree, and then you can put your birds on the tree up here. This is called driftwood. You get it near water, like an ocean or a lake. That's cool. Here's a big giant piece of driftwood where the water's really taken that piece of bark and made it beautiful. So there are sticks everywhere. Just keep your eye out for little things that you could use to put your rocks on. Because when you put a little rock art together like that, and you're making your little kitty cat, wink, wink, and then you give him a big fat tail. That's so cute. So it's nice to have something to sit him on. It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to see what you create. And so this handout is super handy because it's going to show you exactly the kinds of shapes, the sort of perspective of what you're looking for when you go look for rocks. Now, you don't have to make this complicated. You can just go find tall rocks and circle rocks, and you'll have plenty to work with, because the more different the shapes are, the more creative your art is. So you can't go wrong no matter what you find. Just go find a bunch of good rocks. Try to see if they're long. Try to see if they're kind of roundish. Just want you to know, print this out because this is super helpful. Or just go find long rocks and circle rocks, because next week we're doing the family and that's all you need are the long rocks and the circle rocks. Hey, so that's the rock shapes. Do you think you can go find some? I bet you have some already. Yeah, and just remember, even though I'm saying ovals and circles, any rock shape will do, right? Because you might have really wonky shapes, and that's great because look, it's long and tall, just what I need. Or that's kind of an oval, even though it has a funny little top. It doesn't matter. Actually, when they're unusual like that, they're even better, because when you try them out and you're like, okay, this is gonna be a person, and I'm gonna put a little head on that person. Oh, it's so cute. But if it was just absolutely perfect circle, it wouldn't be as cute. So the more unusual the shapes are, the better they work. Just make sure they're kind of long and they're kind of circles, okay? Okay, now the next thing is, where do you find the rocks?